conquered nothing. I saved the Earth.
They say every villain was once a victim. But what if I told you the greatest villain in Marvel history was never meant to be a villain at all? Victor Von Doom. The name alone strikes terror across the universe. The armored tyrant of Latveria, feared by the Avengers, despised by the Fantastic Four, and obsessed with one man, Reed Richards. But here's a question that will blow your mind. What if things had gone differently? What if Doom never hated Reed? What if he never got that horrific scar? What if, instead of becoming their greatest enemy, Doom became the fifth member of the Fantastic Four? Just imagine the sheer power of that team. The unmatched intelligence of Reed Richards, the incredible strength of Ben Grimm, the blazing power of Johnny Storm, the protective mastery of Sue Storm, and the unstoppable genius mind of Victor Von Doom, all united as one force. Sounds impossible, right? Well, today we're diving deep into this mind-bending scenario. This is the story of the greatest hero that never was. Because in another world, in another timeline, Doom didn't rise as a tyrant. He rose as a brother, and the world would never be the same again. Victor Von Doom's story began with pain. A boy in Latveria whose mother was lost to dark magic, father killed by a cruel baron. Left alone, Victor chased power not for greed, but to never be powerless again. At Empire State University, Victor met Reed Richards. Brilliant, calm, everything Victor wasn't. Their rivalry became personal. Reed questioned Victor's equations, and Victor hated him for it. Then came the accident. Victor built a machine to contact his dead mother. Reed saw errors in the calculations and tried to warn him, but Victor, consumed by pride, ignored him. The machine exploded. Victor's face was scarred, his future twisted into darkness forever. But what if Reed had said, "Let me help you. Let's fix this together"? One moment of compassion could have changed everything. Because Doom never wanted to destroy the world, he wanted to heal it. In this timeline, Victor's experiment never exploded because Reed helped him fix it. Victor's face was never scarred, his mind never broken by pride. Victor doesn't see Reed as a rival, he sees him as an equal. When Reed plans a spaceship to study cosmic radiation, he invites Victor Von Doom. Together, they launch into space. When the cosmic storm hits, they all change. Reed becomes elastic. Sue gains invisibility. Johnny ignites with flame. But Victor becomes something new. The radiation enhances his intellect to superhuman levels while amplifying his mystical connection. Victor Von Doom becomes the strategic mastermind, smarter than Reed, more disciplined than Johnny, the unstoppable force guiding them to impossible victories. Without hatred consuming him, Doom becomes something more dangerous than any villain. A true hero with unlimited potential. After their space mission, the media calls them the Fantastic Four. But Reed stops them. "There are 5 of us." Standing behind him is Victor Von Doom. No mask, no armor, just a man marked by purpose. Doom revolutionizes everything. He builds their technology faster than ever, perfects the Baxter Building's defenses, creates new suits enhancing each member's powers. Most importantly, he gives Ben Grimm a choice, a way to reverse his transformation. When Ben chooses to stay as the Thing, Doom respects his decision completely. The world watches amazed. Victor Von Doom is saving lives alongside Marvel's first family. This changes history itself. Villains who would have risen never get the chance. World-ending threats are neutralized before they cause destruction. The Fantastic Five become legends, with Doom on their side. Missions that took hours are completed in minutes. Victor elevates everyone, training Johnny in energy control, developing global defense systems with Sue, challenging Reed to breakthroughs decades ahead of their time. Together, they unlock revolutionary advances, cancer cures, clean energy, stabilized wormholes. They become more than superheroes, they're changing the world. But their growing power attracts cosmic attention. Galactus senses Earth becoming too advanced. Annihilus watches nervously from the negative zone. Victor is beloved by people, respected by his team, admired by world leaders. For the first time ever, Doom is exactly what he claimed to be, a man making the world better. But the more the world praises him, the more a voice whispers in his mind. Even in this perfect timeline, Victor still fears losing control when it matters most. Victor notices a strange signal that doesn't match any known phenomenon. Something feels fundamentally wrong. The presence reveals itself as the architect, a being from broken timelines where Doom never turned good and heroes failed. It believes this timeline where Doom became a hero represents a cosmic error. The terrifying truth: the architect knows everything about them. Every power, every weakness, every failure they never made but did in other realities. It's not here to conquer. It wants to erase this timeline completely and rebuild reality where villains sometimes win, and Victor Von Doom is a tyrant, not a savior. When Victor warns the team, he faces doubt for the first time. Reed thinks he's being paranoid. The others don't know who to trust. Cracks form in their unity. And that's exactly what the architect wanted. Victor retreats into isolation, working on mysterious projects. Reed confronts him, but Victor just says, "Trust me." Those words aren't enough anymore. Reed wonders if Victor is hiding something dangerous. Sue finds encrypted communications. Johnny watches Doom disappear through strange portals. Even Ben feels uncertain. The breaking point comes when Reed demands answers. "What aren't you telling us?" Victor responds coldly, "If you can't trust me after everything, then maybe you never understood me." Reed explodes. "You're acting exactly like the old Doom." Victor's eyes turn ice cold. "Maybe the problem is that you never could change." The team fractures. Years of suppressed doubts pour out. The Fantastic Five are no longer unified. Exactly when the architect strikes, the sky tears open above New York. The architect emerges as a fusion of failed possibilities, fragments of destroyed worlds where heroes fell and villains won. Reality becomes unstable. The Fantastic Four rush into battle, but they're no longer unified. Every strategy falls apart because they're fighting as individuals. They're losing when Victor arrives in armor woven from space and time itself, designed for one purpose: sacrifice. "Get out of my way," Doom says. But Reed stops him. "We do this together." Together, Victor agrees. They form a desperate plan. The only way to stop the architect is synchronized energy from all 5 members. But the final blast must be detonated from inside the collapsed field. Whoever goes and doesn't come out. Johnny volunteers. Ben insists it should be him. But Victor simply starts walking toward the chaos. "You always saw me as a potential villain," he tells Reed. But sometimes the villain knows when to end the story. Inside the architect's heart, Doom finds the core. For one moment, he could take that power, become the god he always believed he was destined to be. But this Victor looks at ultimate power and smiles. Not today. He triggers the device that destroys both himself and the architect forever. Victor Von Doom is hailed as the ultimate hero. For the first time ever, the name Doom stands for something good. The surviving team members are forever changed. Reed scans the multiverse for Victor's survival. Sue asks if he planned this ending. Ben believes the sacrifice was genuine. Johnny insists Victor always had heroism inside. But Reed isn't convinced. He knew Victor was always playing a longer game. Months later, in the Baxter building, one of Victor's machines flickers to life. A countdown reaches 0. A portal opens. A shadow steps through. Is it Victor Von Doom returned? The architect transformed? Something else entirely? That's the thing about Victor Von Doom. Even when he saves the world, he never stops playing the game. Even when he becomes the greatest hero that never was, he's always 3 steps ahead. Was his heroism genuine? Or part of a plan so complex that saving the universe was just another move in a multiversal game? Maybe we'll never know. Maybe that's exactly how Doom wants it. But one thing is certain, in a world where Victor chose friendship over hatred, everything changed. And perhaps that proves anyone can be redeemed. Anyone can choose to be better. Even Dr. Doom.